back, reserve the spot, nigga. Cause in heaven, it ain't no space for no hot nigga. And I got high for the pain, had to cry in the rain, so the tears ain't show when they drop. I done had it.
You already know what it is. You're listening to The Urban Product. It's your boy DME.
It's your boy Cozy Rich.
And it's your girl Imani.
This episode, we got a very special guest with us. You feel me? All the way from the BNF podcast, we got Dmal, a.k.a. Woody. How you doing?
What's going on, my guys?
We doing good. We doing good. Pleasure to have you on the show. You feel me?
Yes, it is.
So let's do a quick little recap for people that don't know, because Dmal is new to our audience. So just give them a little background info on yourself. Where you come from, what you got going on with your platform and all that.
Okay, so my platform is BNF Podcast, Broke Nigga Frontin'. If you don't know, now you know. I drop once a month on YouTube. That's where you can, check me out real easy. Just type in BNF Podcast on YouTube. A few episodes will pop up. Me and my guy connected through DM on Twitter, because I be going off on Twitter and shit. And he hit me up on a DM, and he came by one of my episodes, my end of the year episode. He was at that one. I fuck with the young bull. He hit me. He said, he likes watching the show and he wanted to come through. I was like, yeah, and we just built something from there. And he told me to come on his shit, and I was like, of course I'm gonna support you. Support me. I'm gonna come through and show love. Like, that's love. So no ego tripping. Like, I'm coming. If you fuck with my shit, I fuck with your shit.
That's real. That's love. That's support.
Yeah. For the people that don't know, what's your podcast about?
Right.
It's pretty much like what's going on, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, it can be, I don't have like a hip hop podcast. It's just a culture podcast. Yeah, it's just for the culture. That's how I say it. We talk about anything and everything. I might have a rapper on this week. I might have a stripper on the next week. I'll have a politician on the other week. Just
go off.
So how did BNF start?
Well, BNF started with like two of my other homies. And I was on Twitter one day, and I was a really big fan of Taxstone, and free my guy Taxstones. Yeah, he got me into the podcast thing, watching his shit, watching him pop shit. I'm like, I could do this. I love to talk shit. Then me and my guys, did our podcast back in 2016, and I was in and out for a little bit, and then after that, I think we stopped in 2016 or 17, and I brought it back in 2019 during the pandemic, whatever. I was like, I need to get back in this podcast game. Then I seen somebody else have a podcast, and they was talking about like what pizza take the best, and I'm like, man, come on, that shit's weak. Realness need to come back, so I came back. Nah,
that's a fact. That's a fact. There's not many people like us that making podcasts or just in that type of field. So yeah. I definitely think we bring something different to the game. You feel me?
And I feel like every podcast should be different.
For sure.
Like, that's the beauty of podcasts. Everybody have their own perspectives, and everybody into different shit. Everybody has their own audience. You know what I'm saying? So like, even what y'all got going on, y'all probably have a total audience than what I have.
Yeah, like I remember when I came onto your show, how I explained it was like, we reach the same demographic, just difference in ages. You feel me? Like, I feel like you appeal more to the older people, or like just people in that realm, and we appeal more to the younger people. But we're all talking the same shit. You feel me? It's just through different perspectives because we differ on age.
Exactly.
But it's all the same shit. And I remember I fucked with your podcast heavy because in Boston or Massachusetts like that, the podcast scene is growing. You feel me?
Everybody got a fucking podcast. People be in a bathroom fucking.
I'm hip
with
I'm
a podcast.
Hip. But you were out there early.
Yeah.
So you got some experience and time ahead of everybody.
Absolutely.
So that's why your platform comes off a little different.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I'll say as well is the fact that your platform is different because you're not afraid to talk and just say what you feel.
At all.
And that
shit. You gotta be unapologetic sometimes. And I told him, like, the difference between, I feel like, me and a lot of podcasts, and individuals who are on podcasts, is I don't mind showing my vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about my cable being cut off. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean I don't got the money to pay. It's just real nigga shit.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we go through that sometimes. I could be watching a show and then Comcast got me. You know how many times Sprint done got me? Everybody want to pretend and act like, everything's all good and niggas is living such a, crazy life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, niggas go through hardships, niggas goes through real shit. I'm not afraid to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So and I love to share my experiences, you know, and that's what it is.
Yeah, that's real. And I need more of that. I need more of that just in the podcast game in general, because I feel like what makes us different from everybody, and I'm gonna just pop my shit real quick because I can, you feel me? I feel like what makes us different is just because, you know, we're a couple of young niggas who aren't afraid to be vulnerable, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, people learn a lot about Rich throughout this show, but the shit that he says never surprised me because I'm like, yo, I know this nigga. He's actually like that, but he's not afraid to show that to the rest of the world. You feel me? So that's why I fuck with podcasts like that and youngins like us doing it, just because we're all the same, but just niggas are afraid to say their opinions. You feel me?
Exactly.
So when we come up here and talk, a lot of people relate, but they just never said it out loud, so they didn't know that other people could relate to the shit that they're talking about.
I got niggas who watch my podcast and tell me all the time they can't watch my podcast in front of their lady. You know, they can't do certain shit because of how I come off, my perspective.
That shit, you be coming off kind of crazy sometimes.
My perspective.
You never get pressed?
It's his mouth.
Nah, it's just what it is.
Amani feels it clearly.
It's just crazy.
I say how it is. You know what I'm saying? I say how it is, and you know, niggas be feeling it, but you know, they don't want their lady, I guess, to feel like they agree with certain shit that's being said. But you know,
even though some of it be facts.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched your podcast from like the outside looking in. I'm like, yo, this is probably how people look at me sometimes. Like, I'm wilding. Speaking just how I feel. So
this is being misunderstood, because at the end of the day, when you really talk to somebody and they have a conversation with you, you make sense. You know what I'm saying? You make sense. Like, I don't know. You know, like I said, I just talk about my experiences, and that's what it is. You know, nobody has to agree with everything I say. It's just my perspective on situations.
I feel that.
No, I think what you say is true. I think for me, it's just more like you're just raw with it.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people are confident enough to say it as raw as you do.
Absolutely.
So that's why I said your mouth, because it was like, okay, I heard what he said.
It was how he said it.
It was like, oh, all right, you hit me too personal now. Let's relax. But you know.
Yeah, I especially feel like that when you do your PTSD Fridays on Twitter.
I was doing that.
What's your Twitter? Yo, you must be. Yo, what's your Twitter?
Right.
It might not good for him to follow me.
No. It's okay.
It's Dmal 1313.
That's all I need to
hear.
And
I kind of slowed down a little bit. You know, took a little break from Twitter or whatever. But you know, I'm gonna be back on talking my shit soon. You just got hit with
the follow.
But I'm gonna follow back. PTSD Fridays was something I'm doing where I was sharing my personal experience in my relationships, where, you know, women done me wrong, caused some type of trauma in my life, and I would just, you know, talk about these experiences and stuff like that, and it always, you know, with some humor in it. You know
I feel that.
You gotta put some humor in the pain. You know what I'm saying? So it don't feel as.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. We were talking about this earlier before the show on your last end of the year podcast. At the end of the episode, where you were talking about how the shorty essentially like finessed you because you took her out to the club and shit, and
she left with the chasers.
Yeah,
she left with the chasers. But you know what it is? These experiences is crazy because me and Shorty still cool to this day. And you gotta understand when you playing this type of game with certain women, you can't take it personal.
No facts.
So you gotta know
learn that young.
You gotta know you gotta know who you dealing with, because she owed me nothing. You know, that wasn't my lady or nothing like that. But it was more of a respect thing. But she kind of just, you know, gave me that type of like, oh, okay, this is what's going on out here. She built up my tolerance.
No, I feel
you. That shit resonated with me simply because when you started talking about that, I was like, yo, I've been through the same exact shit, but I really ain't never really talked about it with anyone.
Yeah.
So let's talk about it.
No, I know that. Why do you think I brought that shit up?
He got some shit to get off his shoulder.
That shit hurt.
You gotta let it out, bro.
I mean, at the time, I was heated. I was like, yo, fuck this bitch. I ain't never gonna hit her up again. Because like at the time, yo, I was home from school for the summer, right? And this shorty was at the club and whatnot. So I was at the crib. I was texting her at the club. She's like, yo, I'm gonna pull up on you, yada, yada, yada.
Pull up on you at the club?
No, pull up on me after the club. You feel me?
You were home.
I was home. She was at the club.
This is already going back.
Nah, nigga. It was crazy. Nah, because I fuck with her in the past.
Girls usually pull up. If they fucking with you like that, they'll go to the club and pull up on you after, you know.
So, me, myself, I'm like, yo, she about to pull up within the hour, you know what I mean? I started rolling a couple pre-rolls, got a couple bottles ready, you know, I cleaned the room up a little bit. Tell me why, you know, it's getting time for her to pull up. I get a text talking about, yo, I'm about to go chill with Don Q in the studio in A Boogie. I'm like,
oh man.
See, I never know which to have.
I was like,
I'm gonna give you a hug after that.
Right.
I was like, yo, for real?
I never know what to have more respect for. The fact that Shorty told you the truth,
right,
or the fact that you took the. You
gotta think about it. Like, I wrote a couple pre-rolls, so I just faced them shits after I just went to bed.
And I think it's the preparation that really is fucked up.
Yeah, like,
it's the cleaning the room. And
you got me doing all this,
the
getting ready for
anticipation and everything like that.
So, yeah, got me. Go, you about to get some boxing shit just to go home, just for me to go to sleep lonely, alone.
It be like that.
Hard shit. Yo, shit was a struggle, but either way, I still fuck with. I was hurt.
Oh, okay.
I was hurt, but I still fuck with Shorty.
Don Q.
That's the thing.
Out of all people, if it was Don Q, I'd be a little hurt too. I'm like, yo, that nigga ain't even making that much noise,
bro. That's my thing. I was like, yo, he ain't even crazy like that.
But the women do like a boogie.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, facts.
Mm-hmm. So I guess it's a package deal.
But she said Don Q first.
But it be like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Those are growing pains. That's part of that's part of the game.
No, it is what it is. Like, I still fuck with Shorty, like you said. Like, I still fuck with Shorty simply because I charge it to the game. It is what it is. She ain't my girl. She doesn't owe me anything.
She don't owe you, and it's growing pains.
Because I would, you know what's crazy? I'd do the same shit to her if fucking Rihanna or some shit was like, yo.
Exactly.
But whoa, that wasn't Rihanna though.
We're not gonna compare Don Q. Put them on the same level.
We're not gonna disrespect Riri like that. We're not gonna give her a pass like that because it's not equivalent.
Facts.
But we get the point though.
And Rihanna's not just pulling up like that. You feel me?
But like I said, it's growing pains, man. It happens.
I understand.
We get you. It happens. Fuck it.
That shit like that teaches you a lot. It teaches you not to.
It's part of the game.
Exactly.
Nah, facts. I don't got any type of stories of that happening to me, to be honest. Just because, like,
you got the good ones. You got a good one.
Just that situation that you said, I can never see myself in that situation.
You can never say that.
Pull up after the club?
You can never say that.
That's not a crazy.
You can never say never in anything. I don't care what type of female you got in your hands. His female at least was able enough to keep it real. A female you might deal with might not even tell you that's who she's gonna see because you might look at her differently.
Exactly.
So you can never say never. Not when you dealing with men and women because you never know.
Before.
You just never know, man.
No, I feel that. Seriously. I definitely feel that. So with BNF and everything that you got going on, what are your visions for it in the future? Like, what do you just plan to do with BNF as a whole?
BNF, I also got Puff and Cream. That's one of my clothing products. Okay. BNF is just, it's a hobby for me. When I started back up, it is therapeutic for me, for what I was dealing with at that time. So I love to do it. Mm-hmm. So wherever it goes, it goes. So I really don't have like this big vision where I want to be on Revolt TV talking my shit or whatever. I just want to keep putting the work in and, keep putting quality episodes that I like. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if I'm passionate about it and I love to do it, then I'm going to take it where it takes me. But I don't really have this, a goal or finishing line for it. I'm just going where it goes. But I'm also using the platform to build other brands that I have, etc. So
like Puff and Cream,
like EMG, like When Outside, if it ever really opens back up, promoting parties and etc. But that's, I don't really have no big vision for it though.
Is there a specific reason why you only drop once a month?
The reason why I only drop once a month is because I feel like I like quality episodes, and I like to do episodes with guests. So it's just me, and that was the first time I did an episode by myself.
Yeah, because I was genuinely looking for a pod, like just an episode with just you in it.
I was actually like kind of nervous because I'm like, damn, my somebody who will co-host with me from time to time couldn't show up, so I had to really just like, fuck it, I'm doing this shit by myself. Like, and I guess it showed some growth and showed my range. It's something that I can do, And people was pretty receptive about it. It was like they was fucking with it. People liked it. They liked it better some episodes that I had with actual guests. So it's cool. I just felt like once a month is just good enough for me and what I got going on and stuff like that. Because every week, every time, like it's a lot of work too. It's more than you just talking shit.
Yeah, then people don't understand the behind the scenes shit.
Yeah,
what goes
behind the
into
scenes and all that.
Content,
and then. Yeah, I got a good studio here. I don't know how much it costs to you know, how much it costs you for every episode. I don't know y'all situation, but you know, it's not for free for me. So, you know, got a photographer, because you know, you gotta make sure your shit look right. You know, like, it's another thing. Everybody got podcasts, but people be just shooting from their bathroom tub, their garage, inside their car. Like, come on, I don't want to see that.
People ain't fully working for
People, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure the sound quality's right, everything look right.
That's
you know
a
what I'm
fact.
saying?
That's a
Like,
fact.
call me, come to a podcast, and we in your fucking living room. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Damn.
and I know that's the point of a podcast, where it's accessible and you can move around and do it. But it's cool if there's no video behind it, and it's just the audio. But when you add the video production to
The
it,
aesthetics matter.
it changes everything. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? If you're just doing audio, then you can shoot it from your fucking bed.
Do whatever you want.
But don't put me on YouTube and I'm in your fucking mother's living room with the plastic on the couch and shit.
Nah, I feel that. Like, before we got this studio, we recorded, like, we lived together like 2 years ago. So before we got this studio, we recorded it in our apartment. You feel me? Either my room or his room. We just had this little
Don't get me wrong.
podcast studio.
I
and
think
we
Joe
did it from
Budden and
there.
them shoot from the crib too.
But that's Joe Budden.
That's quality,
Yeah.
yo.
They,
That's
like, the way
still
they set
had
it up, they still got
quality
a
joints.
Still, yeah.
They still got a good videographer.
But I seen some. Not every joint that was shot in the crib looks like. I seen some ones in the crib like you're like they in the trenches. Like you know this is.
Yeah, I
like,
feel that.
You know, so not saying you can't record from your crib or whatever like that. But you know, you get the point I'm making.
Nah, I feel
putting that
you.
shit on YouTube, or if you're making a video,
Just-
you better make sure the production
Make it
and
look
the
good.
quality is on
Presentation.
point.
Right.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You know what I'm saying? Presentation is your brand. You know.
How do you pick out your guests?
Honestly, I like.
You got some quality guests.
I
yo.
handpick
Right.
my joints, you know, and that's another thing. That reason why I think once a month works for me, because I really handpick my joints. Like, a lot of people hit me up and just want to come on the show, and it's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really about you having a name.
It just needs to fit you and fit,
Fit
your
me,
show.
fit my show, and also what story do you have? Everybody has a story, you know. Do you have the personality to come on the show and really give out your story? I just had Vance Washington. It's a guy I met at my homegirl's birthday party, and I heard his story about a rape charge that he says he did not commit, and he spent 35 years in jail for it. So that was a different guest that I ever had before, you know. So it was different. If you probably seen the episode, you know, just by looking on IG, you might be like, but if you really, you know, watch it, it's a hidden gem. It's a good episode. But that's the type of shit I'm into, like good stories. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a story, and you know, just want to provide the opportunity so people can get it out there.
I feel that, and I respect that. And like I said, there's not many shows out there that are giving you that raw, authentic feel like yours. So, which is why I'm kind of surprised that you say, you know, you're doing this as a hobby. Do you ever think that you can turn this into like a business venture if you wanted to?
People tell me that.
You
People
could, to be
I
honest
honestly
with
thought
you,
like
bro.
the way, like the first time I saw your podcast and the production and like
Yep.
the advertisements behind you and everything, I
Yeah.
thought
You would think that that's
I
what
thought
it
that
was.
was your goal to be
Especially-
generate some money or make
Yeah,
a business out of
see,
that.
that's the thing with me though. You know, the money is just more of an incentive for me.
Okay.
You know, it's not. You know, it's just not what it is for me.
It's not a priority.
It's not a priority. You know, the money comes, it comes, and I feel like sometimes, you know, when you start chasing money, you get fatigued. You know what I'm saying? Then the journey becomes like, damn, we ain't making no money yet. Like when I first did the podcast, we was putting so much money into the podcast, me and my mans, where they was more worried about the money. I didn't care about the money. And that's why they got so frustrated with it, because they felt like we come in here every week, we're doing dues and pots and all this, paying studio time and all that, but we ain't making no money. So now I know it can't be about the money, because I'm actually paying to do this, and I'm actually happy about what I'm putting out.
Okay.
And, you know, obviously, hopefully, I can get that all in return, but it's a marathon. I ain't tripping about that.
I respect that.
Same.
I respect that. Man's only doing it for the quality of the content, you know? He's not chasing after a check. Niggas gotta respect
And I think
that.
anytime you do something that you love and actually enjoy, it should never be about the money. The money should always be an incentive. You know what I'm saying? Like more of like, okay, word, the money comes, it comes. Because once you start doing it for the money, everything changes.
I feel you. I feel you. I can share a similar story to that, because when we first started the podcast 3
That
years
could have
ago,
been The last.
That could have been a
Yeah.
reality check.
No,
for
the
real.
final thought. What was that?
Reality
joke?
check.
Yeah, reality check. That could have been a reality. I gotta say my.
Same
Nah,
job.
because these are the type of
That's in
talks
my
we have.
joints.
You feel me? But I share, something similar because we started this podcast 3 years ago, and
It's
when we
definitely been
started
longer than
it,
3 years, bro.
3 years,
Yeah.
3
You
years,
started it 4 years ago. I joined 3 years ago.
3 years.
Okay.
February 9th, 2018.
Just
You
Yo,
you joined.
I just passed the
You feel
anniversary.
me? You joined October 2019. You joined
Yes,
October
it's been that
2018.
long.
You joined October 2018.
So
you feel
scary.
me? So same year. But yeah, when we started the episode, when we started the podcast 3 years ago, I remember going into it like, yo, this is a whole new field. There's a whole new market. Not many people are doing it. Let's get into it. Let's talk our shit. You feel me? I talk shit on a regular, but I actually can back my talk up very easily. So then the podcast formed, and as it got bigger and more eyes started falling onto it, I never thought about money. But when it got to the point where it was like, yo, I'm doing the same thing that I've been doing, and I've been doing it for fun, but I can do the same thing and niggas are actually willing to pay for it, I was like, hey, why not? You feel me? Why not? You feel me? And I won't share
As you should,
the shit
as
that
you
we got
should.
going with season 6 right now. When you see it, you'll know. But when it just got to the point where it was like, we're doing this for fun, we're doing it for a hobby, and we're doing it to build quality content. And when we got to the point where it was like, yeah, we can do all of that, but niggas are also willing to pay for it, why not? You feel me? At that point, it's just like, I'd be dumb to let that opportunity pass. You feel me? Not saying that's what you're doing.
No,
but I'm just
yeah,
saying,
and I don't
like,
want people.
shit's
I don't want
dope.
people to think like I'm saying, "Oh, don't get the money if you can get the money." I'm just saying, don't let the money be the motivation behind, whatever you're passionate about.
I feel that. What would you say, if you have one, what would you say has been your favorite interview or guest so far on your show?
I don't know. That's hard because I know this is probably like political or something. Like it feels like I'm being mad political for a nigga who be so raw. But honestly, I enjoy all my episodes. Like maybe the one with Sin. That's why she's like my
That was a funny
guest
one.
star.
Yeah.
Shout out to Sin. That's my dog.
She keeps it a buck.
Yeah, that was one of my funnest, most. I love that episode. Like I can watch. That's one episode that I'll always watch. When I'm dolo, bored, and I want to watch podcasts, I'll throw that on and I'll watch it. Like that shit was a classic to me.
No bullshit. I always enjoy having a conversation with a woman who can match the same energy. You know that you're having that conversation? Because, I talk loose. I talk slick all the time. And sometimes
Why
people
you making
get
that
easily
face?
offended or, sometimes people rock with it. So when I have a conversation with one or a person who actually knows how to carry the conversation and match that same energy back, I'm like, we about to have a great time. You feel me?
I want to find a female I gotta find a female like one of those feminists or something on my show so I can have like
That back and forth.
because some of the
banter.
females that, not saying we have the same mindset, but it's kind of similar. They know how men think, and some of them kind of think like men now. So some of the stuff that I tell them, they kind of understand it. So I probably need to be with a female who's more like challenging and more like, like nah. We ain't
Someone
with
to
that.
just debate with all the time.
Yeah.
You need someone that's hip to the shits, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel the same way because if I can't have a girl that doesn't know what the fuck is going on because I just walk all over her type shit. It'd be too easy, but I hear what you say.
I love having Amani on the show.
just
No
gotta leave it
bullshit.
alone, 'cause-
I love having Amani
Nah,
on
you
the
see
show.
her face. It's not speak your mind, girl. Like, yo, say what's on your mind.
that comment was reckless just now.
What comment?
I mean, I understand his comment at the same point. You
I
feel
get
me?
it, but
It's
the way
just like-
he said it kind of prideful. Like I could just walk over it real quick. Excuse you, sir. Relax.
And that's why you're on the show, because he can't walk all over you. You feel
I
me?
mean, not you. Exactly.
That's why you're on the show.
You see, but
A woman like you, I could never do that to.
I wouldn't want a woman that could walk all over.
Facts.
Because that's
Never.
it's not even
Fun.
fun. It's not even a thing, so it's like some people like that. Some women like guys that can walk all over. You know what I'm saying? But for me, that's just not my thing. Like, everybody's different. Everybody got their own thing that they're
Yep.
into.
Would you say you're a nice guy?
I think I'm a nice guy. I think one thing about me, I think
I'm just listening.
Nice
No, I'm
guy.
just
Nice guy.
listening.
Nice
I'm
guy.
listening.
We
to what
always
he's
think we're
saying.
nice guys.
You know what
I was
it
like,
is.
I'm a
You know
good
what it
guy.
is. You know what it is. I'm a great guy, actually.
Talk your
Okay.
shit.
But you,
feel
but you know what it is? It's like I'm gonna do like this is my philosophy because you know people call me weird because of the way I think or something like that. But all right, you got certain type of niggas, right? And you got niggas who are the same with every girl, right? You got niggas who
Okay.
I like where this is going.
you got niggas who play that game. Then they gonna romance you. They gonna do all this. They're the nice guy. They like this good morning Texas. Like they got their alarm clock on and they don't miss a beat.
Oh yeah,
Every
once
good
they hit,
morning
they
is
switch
on.
up. Facts.
So a girl might see a guy like that, right? Just because of the way he carries it, it might be like, okay, this dude's a great guy. But then they'll see a guy like me and how I talk and how open I am and be like, yo, this nigga's a piece. He's a dickhead. So I say all that to say is like, for you to get that side of me, that different side of me, it's not for everybody. So I always tell a girl like who try to criticize me is like, you fall in love with a nigga who treats every girl the same. I'm not sending every girl a good morning text.
Shit, this nigga just gave me a realization.
I'm not doing
I feel
that.
like we always say that to women though. You
I'm
feel
not
me?
always sending a girl a good
it's just
morning
like,
text,
though,
but you
It's
can't-
the niggas you fuck with. You feel me? We always
mean,
say that.
But you gotta understand, there's serial good morning texters out there.
I feel
You know what I'm saying? So girl is going all smiley, but he's sending 5 other women good
The
morning
same
texts.
shit.
It's like, yo, they think
know what
he's
I'm
a good
saying?
man, but he's doing piece of shit things.
But he's able
Disguises,
to disguise
you know what I
it.
mean?
You know
So
what I'm
it's
saying?
like,
His
yo,
makeup game is crazy.
Rather than me, I'm keeping it
I'm
a fuck
out
with
there.
you from the jump.
From
and
the
you
jump.
you're not gonna respect
Gotta
that.
respect it.
But if
I'm not
keeping
going.
it real, yeah.
I'm not going to keep. If I send you a good morning text, it's because like
I fuck
I'm
with
really wishing you good morning. It's not something that
not
I'm
just a
sending
play.
out. It's not a
I fuck
play.
with that.
I feel that.
So I feel like a lot of dudes just be playing that role, but they ain't. Trust me, them niggas be the worst type of niggas.
Okay.
See, you know what gets me sick? Because I'm hearing everything you're saying right now, and that all sounds great. And now I feel like especially bad when a shorty does you wrong. You feel me? Because he's like, yo, when I do this, I actually mean it. You feel
Absolutely.
me? So then when a shorty comes around and still does you dirty, I'm just like, see? There's no hope for niggas out here. You feel me? You try to do it the nice.
Alright,
Well, no,
bye.
no. I'm not saying like I'm not going with the whole all nice guys finish last. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying like, damn, see, you could go this route and get it done. You can go this route and get it done, but there's no certain way that'll work every single time.
There's
You
no
feel me?
certain
Everybody's
way.
different.
Everybody's different, and every person you deal with is different.
Facts.
That as well.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got girls that you could treat like shit and they ain't gonna cross the line. And you got girls who you give everything to and gonna cross the line. So it's all about the individual. One thing I had to learn is about the individual. Sometimes it's not you.
No, I'm hip.
You know what I'm saying? Like even in my past dealings, I had to understand it. It's not me. Even though I done some out of pocket shit, but sometimes it's it's them. It's who they are. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just delinquents. There's nothing you
Okay.
can do. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Dead
my,
ass.
that's
I
my
haven't heard that
favorite
word in
word.
so long.
It's just a
Anytime
delay.
this man uses that word, I start crying. He's like, yo, they're delinquents.
There's
He
nothing
uses
you
that
can
like
do.
as
It don't
everyday
matter.
That's the best word you
vocabulary.
can use.
Don't blame yourself. Sometimes we be like, damn, like fuck, I fuck. No, bro. It's no matter what you done, no matter what you could have did, she still would have did the same thing because it's in her. She's gonna do it to the next nigga until she fix her. Ain't nothing you could do.
Wow.
What you got to say? You don't agree?
No, I do it. Relax.
No, this is the way you said.
Calm
Wow.
down.
You don't agree?
I
like-
agree.
Nah, this man, yo,
This is. I like to hear women's opinion when I speak because
Facts.
every time I say something, girls be thinking I'm so crazy. It makes sense to
That's
me.
usually
But
him.
That's why I'm surprised
honestly,
nobody
he's
pressed you for
articulating
anything you
how
said.
I feel perfectly. I just never articulated
Yeah,
it like that.
that's yeah.
Nah, for real. Like I would never treat the way y'all hear me talk about women on this show. Yeah, I'm speaking in general from like my experiences and everything. But of course, like once I'm fucking with a shorty, she gets a whole different treatment than the way I'm talking about how I've treated girls in the past. You know what I mean?
And
So
that's how it should be. And a nigga like you is realer than most because at the end of the day, who wants a guy who's treating every girl the same? Because that's not even real. But like I said, it's somebody's game. Like I even have females who's gets excited, right? They messing with a dude, and let's say dude's a big deal to them and this and that. But he's buying the Rollies, he's doing this, that, and third. But he gotta understand his money dispensable. Like this ain't nothing.
It's
to
just a
him.
lifestyle.
It's just his lifestyle. So he can take you shopping, buy you this and that, And since you're not used to that, you're overwhelmed by it. But he got 4 or 5 bitches that's set up the same way. But his main bitch, she's not even getting what you getting. She's getting the Birkins and all that. You satisfied with that. So it's like you said, it can go either way. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in a dude who's doing this, that, and the third.
Yep.
Because sometimes that's just what he do. That's just how he gives it up.
I hear you.
I used to be that nigga though. To be honest, I used to be
Buying
that nigga.
bitches Birkins?
Oh nah, I wish. I used to be that like lovey-dovey type of nigga. Like yo, I used to send bitches good morning texts and all that shit. And then
That's the light skin.
Yes.
When? This is a different time before you knew me.
Oh,
yeah. This is
over 5 years ago?
yeah, over 5
Yes.
years ago.
Oh, okay.
Nah,
Yes.
bro. When you met
I just
me,
want to get the timeline.
when you
This
met me,
is
bro,
his
is when I
tender, it's
become.
tender stage in life.
Yeah,
Yes.
nah. When you met me, bro, is when I became
Like
the monster.
that was the prime, but like the leading up to it. Yeah.
Yeah, leading up to it, bro, I was a lovey-dovey nigga. I sent good morning text to bitches, like plural, multiple. Like
I feel
I
like
would
when
do
we-
exactly what he's saying. Copy and paste, do all that,
see
keep
what
up
type of
with
guys is
it,
out
have
there.
conversations throughout the day, and then I just realized, like, yo, I don't need to be doing it this way to get what I want.
No bullshit.
And then
No bullshit. I feel like all of our mindset changed because of college. College
yeah.
changed everything.
Everything.
I remember when I was in college.
Yeah, but like
Savages.
I remember.
yes, yes,
Savage.
shit turned
Like,
you
I
to a
feel
savage
like you
real
can't
quick.
even count college as like, as far when it comes to women, like you gotta think about it, right?
I feel like your eyes just open up.
If I met a girl that went to college, think about it. Depends on what type of girl she is, but think about how much bodies that is.
Just because you went to college,
Bro, and stayed
don't know
on
who you
campus.
talking
though.
about.
And stayed on campus. And stayed
Not sure
on
who you're
campus.
speaking on.
And stayed on campus. I'm not talking about a girl who's commuting. That's
finna
different.
get dragged in the
Bodies just
comments.
'cause
If you
she went to
gonna
college.
if you
He's
gonna
not
wife
talking
if you
about
gonna
me.
wife
That's all I
if
know.
you gonna wife a girl from college, wife a commuter.
Nah, bro. Commuters
Nah,
get
I
ran
gotta
through the
let that
most,
go.
bro.
Not like on campus.
No, they
Not like on
Don't blow the
campus.
horns on that.
That's funny.
I'm telling you,
Not
man.
like on campus.
No,
Come
that you
on.
can't put that
I
on
don't
all
know
females. You cannot
seen
put that on all
commuters, bro.
females. That's slow.
I've talked to a couple commuter girls, bro, and just found out their history, and they be
So you
out
think
here.
commuters getting more bodies than the ones that
Commuters
reside
want to
in
be
there?
on campus.
I
They
think
want a
commuters could
reason.
get-
They want a
This
reason to be
logic
around
is-
on
You gotta
campus.
Out
understand.
of
You might have a commuter who might run some game and don't want to keep traveling, find a
Mm-hmm.
a nigga to take her in the dorm and all that. Cool, but I'm talking about on campus. Like,
I mean,
But you got to think about it.
I know what you're saying.
You got to think about it. A commuter could run game, do what they got to do, and then be
nigga,
out
if
and
you
not
really
deal with the
listen, if
drama
you really
on
on
campus.
listen, if you really on campus, right? Sometimes they be commuters you don't even get to see, bro. Like you barely a nigga be like, yo, I just smacked. Like, who's that?
I
Like,
didn't know she go to school.
I'll
don't
say
even go to
this:
school here.
he's not lying because the amount of times in college where I just run up to a nigga and I just be having a conversation about a shorty, right? Say her name, and this nigga be like, "Yo, how you know her?" And then it just turns into something else.
I
Bro.
think that's just them sick that you hit the same shorty that they did.
And-
But do you know how many times that has happened?
and
That's what I'm
let's-
saying.
let's-
Like, yo,
college, yeah.
so
listen, I don't want to get too crazy racial,
Yeah, no, this.
but
Wait,
Yeah, you
what?
could.
wait, racial. Oh,
I don't
let
want
me
to
hear
get
this
too
spicy
racial,
shit.
but
I'll listen.
especially if you wifing up a white John in college, that's a whole different dynamic than a black girl in another race. A white girl in college staying on campus, that's not even a delinquent.
Let me
That's
hear
a
this.
demon.
Especially if niggas are at that college, bro.
that is a demon. Because I'll tell you this, I don't know how it is for y'all because I'm older than y'all. I'm 33. White women was calling it giving head to other men, multiple men, hooking up.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what it was
So-
called, hooking up.
Yes, I've heard that before.
So there was hooking up. So
I've
there
heard
was
that
hooking
before.
up. So you gotta understand, like,
Oh yeah,
heard
when
that
niggas.
before.
So you
when
got-
niggas
there's
said
levels to
hooking
this
up and
shit.
no
so you
one
gotta
knew what that
understand
meant.
when
I
a
remember
girl
that.
telling you she hooked up with 5-6 guys.
Yep.
When I'm thinking hooking up just means a kiss.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm
It's different
saying?
for
Yep.
everybody still.
There's a possibility that she sucked off 6 guys.
Yep.
Possibility, facts.
Why are
Very
you
strong
dying?
possibility.
And
Because it's
during-
hilarious.
I'm
He's
surprised you
speaking-
never heard this.
And
No,
during
we all know.
and
No,
during
I've heard this.
and
but
during
it's
that
just the way
time,
it's
this is where it gets
hilarious.
racial.
Yeah.
This is where it gets
Podcast.
racial because during that time, when I was in college, black women was not sucking dick, so they wasn't hooking up. But black woman said she hooked up with you.
Hey.
She just kissed you.
I wish y'all could see the
It's just,
background.
I'm just saying there's racial
Nah, I
differences
feel
here.
you. So what were they doing?
Black. If a black woman says she hooked up with you, you don't have to worry about if she sucked dick. You know she ain't sucking dick. She gonna fuck you before she suck dick. You know what I'm saying? A white girl, yo,
Yeah,
you don't know what happened.
How you niggas saying
I'm
I
not-
can't
yo,
give
this
that
is
to Air
interesting,
Warren? How
huh?
niggas saying I can't give that to Air Warren? What the fuck?
I wasn't hip to the black girls not giving head shit. I wasn't hip to that.
I don't know.
funny.
See, the black girls now is new.
Oh no, new.
I'm
They
talking about-
they do that now, but like
now,
back then.
like
they knew
I
they-
think they just started sucking dick 2000 and
Wait a second.
You be surprised.
15s. 14s.
Nah, Monty, what's
Wait,
up?
not me, but go up. Not 2015.
Because now shorty just
Bring it
move
up,
like
bring it
niggas.
up,
That's
bring
why.
it up.
Yeah.
So the
But
times are just
back
different
then,
now.
when I was in school,
Nobody was doing that.
you didn't have to worry about your black John hooking up and giving head. You got a white girl. 'Cause
That
I had a
was your- that
white
was
girl
your
on
queen.
campus. That was your
That
queen.
was
I had
your
a white girl on
queen.
campus. Oh my god, I was living proud.
I'm just college.
I feel bad for
feel
anybody who
bad?
feels like affected by this or personally.
Nah, it's just funny way
You know.
when like.
I mean, if you
There's
feel
no
affected,
lie.
if personally what we're saying right now affects you,
It's
then you
true,
gotta
honey.
look at
It's my
yourself.
truth.
You gotta
It's
self
true,
reflect
honey.
because there's some type of truth hitting
Yeah.
you if you're feeling some type of
It's
way
my
about this
truth.
conversation.
Sorry, bro.
That's how I see it.
if I gotta keep it a buck, not myself, but what I've noticed, you feel me?
Okay.
It's always the ones, who haven't been accustomed to black people before. Or maybe, they were sheltered for most of their life. And then they hit college. And now they're introduced to certain lifestyles and shit. And yeah, like he said, they turn into delinquents. I've seen a fair share of that shit happen too. So like
as
I
well.
feel it. I feel it. That's why I always say our mindset changes when we get to college. Because you were saying, you were a different type of dude in high school. I'm like, yeah, you feel me? Because,
cannot
those are the
count-
people you knew for like
can't hold
over
college
4+ years.
against them.
Oh, no, never. But I'm just saying, when you get
I feel like
to
it's
college.
a secret society. Whatever happened in college,
It stays in college.
college. You
No,
know,
no,
it
no.
stays there.
Facts. I was
Leave it
saying
alone.
where I was going
Sorry.
with that was because, in high school, he knew the same people for, X amount of years, 4+ years. Those were the people that you knew. You feel me? But in college, it's a bigger university, so it's a bigger campus. You're getting to know mad people, but also the people change every semester. Some stay all 4 years, but
true.
you're gonna see a new face every semester. You feel me? So I feel like your eyes just become open to so much other shit once you get to college. You feel me? That's how I feel like. Like I remember myself. People. You can ask people who went to high school with me. The Devin that went to high school and the Devin that y'all are seeing in front of you are two completely different Devins.
Same
like the
here.
Amani I met in high school is a completely different Amani that's in front of me right now. You feel me?
It was tender back then.
It was different. You feel me?
Leaving
Shit.
flowers at locker rooms and shit.
Facts. She was still a church girl back in the day. You feel me? Now she out here living her best life.
As I
As
should.
she should. You feel me?
Every Haitian girl was a church girl.
I
Facts.
was
That's
really a
big
light skinned ass nigga. Like
Yeah.
I'd write you poems and type shit.
Yes.
Like sing you a song type
Facts.
shit.
You send Drake lyrics.
Yes, I would sing Drake lyrics to a bitch easily, no problem.
Yeah, that was only you.
Sad.
That was only you, brother.
Hey,
I feel you got to do what you got to do. You feel me?
I'm happy with the progress. I hope he's not singing Drake lyrics
Oh.
now.
I could put Take Care on and,
Come on.
nah,
Yeah,
it's,
Take
little Dirk,
Care.
it's little Dirk lyrics now.
Yeah, see?
You know what I mean?
See?
Sanchez
'Cause now
Streets
you in
3,
the
that's my
trenches
take
with
care,
that.
bro.
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
shit. I'm in the.
That's crazy. You agreeing with him.
Got
He said,
you.
nah.
It's
see,
the
Dirk
growth.
now.
It's the growth.
Drake from Dirk. Yeah, that's big growth. I
It's
feel you, bro.
growth.
What? Toronto to Chicago, nigga? No comparison. Don't even get me started. No comparison.
I feel you. Right. So, because I want to talk about we can.
We can talk about anything,
on your
everything.
podcast.
I'm with the shits.
Oh, I'm with this my nigga today, bro. So you talk about a lot of street shit on your podcast,
Yeah.
right? Can you talk a little bit about your upbringing? You feel me? If you don't mind, just sharing with people.
See, I don't want to have the public confused. Like I'm affiliated with gangs and all that.
You say I'm a podcaster, like
I'm
it's
a
nothing.
podcast guy. You know what I'm
He says
saying?
that to prevent himself from getting shot.
I came up. My upbringing was strict. I had Haitian parents. You know what I'm saying? They put a nigga in church like it was like a cult. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't be outside, and I lived on Lucerne Street.
Yep.
You know, so I never grew up in that type of environment where. No, I grew up in that environment. It was outside of me, not in the crib or nothing like that. Even though, house done got shot up because it was looking for a neighbor and shit like that. But, I don't want to make it seem like I'm a street I'm a dude that's part of the streets, or I'm a street nigga, whatever the case may be, because that's not my lane. But I fuck with street niggas, and I be around them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's still part of my experience, even though I lived a different life in them, because I was never part of no gang. I was into sports and shit like that. So I never got caught up in that. I don't want to put it out there like, you know, oh, I was part of the streets and nothing like that, because nah, I'm far from that. But I campaign for them niggas because sometimes them niggas don't got no voice. And I understand. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand it because I'm around it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's all that is. But at the end of the day, I'm a nigga who, you know, even though my parents divorced, but I had structure at the crib, so it was different. And my parents, you know, my pops was Haitian. He was strict and shit like that. So I wasn't a young kid who was outside getting into shit like that. Like when I was outside in school and shit like that, I would get into shit, but as far as anything else, like I was playing basketball. I went to North Cambridge Catholic, so
Hey, Cambridge, shout out.
My upbringing was different. I don't want to put that out there like I was out there.
When did you
shooting at niggas?
When did you start really chilling with the niggas that were actually in the trenches, in the streets?
I always chilled with niggas in the trenches. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like I always. First of all, when you that dude, that class clown, because they gonna fuck. I didn't have to. I didn't have to be a tough guy for niggas to fuck with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You just had that energy.
Niggas was fucking with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I never had to be a different person and pretend to be this and that. Like, you know, niggas was fucking with me regardless, just how I gave it up. But you know, I fuck with so much niggas is different. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I feel you. No bullshit.
It gets political. It gets political. When you fuck with so many different niggas and niggas got, you know, situations with each other, but those situations are bigger than me. Their situations are bigger than them. That's just some shit that was already, it was written for them. You know what I'm saying? Just the type of where they come from. So there ain't no way around it, but you definitely got to be careful. You can't play both sides and shit like that. So you just got to be easy in how you move and shit like that.
Is that how you feel when you address the whole Ebert and the Last Day situation? The fact that you interviewed both of them when, you know, there was conflicts on both sides?
There was conflicts on both sides, you know, like E. Burton.
Which was a great interview, though. That's probably my favorite interview.
Yeah, E. Burton felt the way because I brought Last Days on, but I had to give Last Days a chance to get his shit off. You know what I'm saying? And Last Days, me and Last Days was even rocking like that. You know what I'm saying? We got a better relationship now, but before then, we wasn't even seeing eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? We had mutual friends, but wasn't seeing eye to eye. So it had nothing to... People was getting confused, like I was doing shit for views. Like, trust me. Like, there's interviews I turned down because of street shit where niggas I fuck with personally had issues with other dudes, and I couldn't take that interview. So
how do you feel about shit like that though? When
your affiliations
start fucking
it sucks. It sucks. It's the worst. But then again, it's like anything else. You know what I'm saying? Like I stand, for the most part, I stand on principle. Even though I be doing some shit that's out of pocket, but I try to stand on principle. So it's like anything else. Like y'all can have a show. See how y'all have your platform here, and let's say some dude that did some out of pocket shit to your man and they want to have you as a co-guest or whatever the case may be, you not gonna do it
out of
just
respect.
Out of respect. So it's more of a respect thing than anything else. You know what I'm saying? And that episode could have been a big episode for me, but sometimes it comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? So
you know what you got yourself into, so you know what to expect sometimes. So
anytime you have friends and you know how it is. Anytime you have friends, it could be like a barbershop, a salon. I don't fuck with that bitch. You better not go there. And that bitch could be a beast. She could fucking do here. But it depends what type of person you are. Do you want to look good or your loyalty matters more? So we always put on that, you know what I'm saying? Got to pick when it comes to like our friends and their views, you know? It comes with it.
I got a quick question to bounce off what you just said, and I'm going to ask the rest of y'all this too, so it's a question for everybody. Y'all feel like y'all got a beef with the same people your people got beef with? If your people got beef with someone, you got to hold that beef too? Do you feel like?
I'll answer this real quick. For one, no, simply because what you do has nothing to do with me. Straight like that. Like, you live your life and I live my life. Yeah, me and you are cool, but what you do outside of me and you has nothing to do with me. So if you have beef with This nigga, that's between you and that nigga. Don't get me involved. Don't get me involved. That's nothing.
But what if you really fuck with them and they just don't want you affiliated with the other
So
person?
if I fuck with, so you tell me if both my friends are beefing, is what you're saying?
No. They're not friends with each other, but like they got known beef with each other, and they're like, "Oh, yo, you fuck with them? Nah, you can't be fucking
I
with them if
understand
you fuck with
exactly
me,"
what
you
you're
feel me?
saying, and I
Okay.
understand what you're saying. I agree with you, where it's like it has nothing to do with me. Then leave me out of it. But at the end of the day,
How you move?
yeah, there's certain lines that can't be crossed.
Yeah.
Because if this is my dog like that, then even though me and you don't got an issue, you know, there's certain things I can't do with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I can say hi, I can what up, I see you, I dap you, but you ain't me. I ain't gonna be in your crib. You know what I'm saying? Like, so there's boundaries. You know what I'm saying? So a person who don't have boundaries, where they think they can kick it with you and that's your man, but this dude's talking about shooting you or smacking you and you're over his house having dinner, like, nigga, what kind of nigga you?
Nah, I feel you.
So that
if niggas are talking about shooting
at the end of
somebody,
the day,
you should definitely not hang out
at
with
the
the
end of
enemies.
the day,
You feel me?
you gotta pick a side. You could play politics, but at the end of the day, you gotta draw the line. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to have an issue. You don't have to see the person and move on them. You don't have to do none of that because it's not really your issue. But at the end of the day, like that person, I don't care if it's snowing outside. That person asks you for a ride, nigga, you better walk. That's just what it is.
Just depends on who you fuck with more. Essentially, is what it sounds like.
I
Who
feel
your
that.
loyalties to is for.
I feel that.
Well, what would you do, Dev?
Honestly, for myself, I've been put in both situations before where two people that I know was beefing. Let me just start off by saying I know a lot of people. You feel me? I know a lot of people. I'm in so many different circles that people don't even know each other. But I've come into so many scenarios where this person had beef with them and I was just on the neutral side, not giving a fuck. It has nothing to do with me. I'll resolve your issues. I'll just be cooling over here. And I remember with some of those relationships, they were like, nah, you just can't be cool with them. And I'm like, yo, but I have no problem with them. So with me, it depends on the relationship I have with like whoever has the problem. You feel me? If they're just like, oh, I don't feel comfortable with you hanging with this person or you being around person, and they're just a homie, then I'll be like, yo, grow up, you'll be straight. You feel me? If I really fuck with them, if I don't really hold like that much of an attachment to them, maybe I'll be okay with letting it go. You feel me? But if it's something deeper than that, like if it's a loved one and they got real beef with somebody and it's for a legitimate reason, then I'll be like, oh, okay. Because I'll know that if whatever they did to you, if that's how they moved, but maybe I don't see it that way, you letting me know is like, damn, that person did that. Okay, maybe I shouldn't fuck with them. Because maybe they didn't do that to me, but the fact that they did that to you lets me know that they're not afraid to do that to anybody else. You feel me? So it's like just depending on the situation. You feel me? I'm not the type of person that'll just cut off anybody that somebody I fuck with doesn't care about. It depends on why I gotta cut them off. You feel me? If I gotta cut you, if somebody wants me to cut somebody off just because they don't like them or they just don't like how they like behave, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna need a little more than that.
That's some female
That's
shit.
I was gonna ask. So, yo, no bullshit. I really thought this was like.
He's not
female.
wrong. That's the funny
Yeah, I was
thing.
gonna ask you,
That's the funny
like,
thing.
how do women really handle this situation?
So I've actually been in that multiple times with a very good friend of mine. And for me personally, my whole thing was, like Dev said, he knows a lot of people. He's in a lot of circles, and so when it came to me seeing those people and being like, you know, hey, how you doing? It comes off like, oh, why are you being so friendly? Why are you being so buddy? But it's like, I have no genuine issue with this person that you got beef with. And to you, it may look like I'm being too buddy, but I'm just being friendly. Like if I haven't had any issue, I haven't seen any of what you're seeing, to me, it's just like until they cross me, then I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Because it didn't work out with y'all doesn't mean that it's not gonna work out with me. That's how I feel. But when it came to like one situation that happened, my girlfriend got into it with my guy friend, and I knew my guy friend longer than her, and she just looked at it like, you know, we're supposed to be girls, like you're supposed to have, but I was like, nah, like this isn't no easy situation. Y'all both have history with me and I have to balance it as much as I can. I hate when people make you choose, because then that puts me in a situation where it's like, if you're really my friend, you gotta allow me the time and the space to actually like think about it and think about how I move. But if you're just pressing me about it, like, no, you gotta, it's like, nah. If you're my friend, you gotta give me that space.
Both of your friends were dating each other?
Yeah.
See, and that's what people gotta understand. That's when it gets
sticky.
I'm not a female, but I understand if she's cool with a guy and she's friends with a homegirl and they dating each other. That's why when people date each other that I know both parties, like when I know both parties, I had to learn that in my past. I stay out the way.
Nah, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying?
That was such the biggest lesson for me.
I don't do none of that because I done got burnt doing that. You know what I'm saying? I lost friendships by thinking I'm keeping it real with a person that I'm actually more cool with, or it's a thin line when people are actually dealing with each other. So I learned to stay out the way, but they shouldn't make you choose.
Yeah.
Because once you stay out the way, it is what it is. Like, whatever y'all got going on, that's between y'all. I'm gonna let you know, like, you don't fuck with old girl no more. That's still the homie. You know, that's still my homie. So it's just a thin line when friends date and y'all all cool. You just gotta really mind your business.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm like the same way. I had one scenario where I was cool with this couple. I knew both of them separately, but then they just ended up dating. And they had some beef with each other. And now all of a sudden I got to choose sides. When I was really closer with my homeboy than I was with the girl. But I was cool with both of them, you feel me? So now when it got to the point when I'm listening back to my boy, I'm trying to defend my boy, like, because, you know, that's been my boy from time. But then listening back and me reevaluating the situation, I'm just listening to everything. And I'm like, yo, I fuck with you and, you know, I ride for you. But, like, yo, you fucked up in this situation, you feel me? And I'm only like that because I'm cool with both sides. So I listen to both sides and I'm like, yo, bro, like, you actually fucked up in this. Or maybe the shorty, I'm just like, yo, you actually fucked up in this situation. And because I tell the truth, now I'm at war with everybody.
Which is good. Which is good that you can be real and say those things. But you once it becomes, you know, two people that you fuck with, then they're gonna be mad at you. Like, oh, you picking her side. Like, I dealt with that shit. The only time where I'm like, because even with my situation, like in my past situations where I'll be mad at my homie if he says hi to you know, a person I dated before, is because, nigga, you met that bitch through me.
Wait, what?
No, I feel him.
So
there is no reason.
So
there is no reason for my boys to be affiliating with a girl I used to fuck with, unless they trying to get at her.
Yeah.
And why are you trying to get at one of my?
Hold on.
So if I just said hello to somebody you dealt with, that's a red flag.
I'm gonna tell you this though. Not saying if I tell you. If I tell you let's say me and you're my man like that, and you know how I feel about old girl and what I told you old girl did or whatever like that, so you only know old girl from fucking with me. It's not like you knew old girl prior to me or whatever the case may be.
I only know her from what you told me.
The relationships I had is established through me.
Okay.
So if I don't fuck with old girl, then you shouldn't fuck with old girl. Even my man right now, I don't give a fuck. That's his BM. I don't give a fuck if he's married. I met his wife or his fiance or his baby mother through him being my man. Even if my man was out of pocket at the end of the day, I'm not, like, maybe I might say hi because that's, you know, out of respect or something like that. But if he feels away and tells me not to say hi to his BM,
I respect that.
I'm not saying hi. Whether I feel like he's over exaggerating or being corny, that's my dog.
I feel you.
I don't give a fuck about her. I didn't have to deal with her.
I feel you.
But some niggas can't, they don't get it. And which fucks me up, because some niggas be like, oh, that nigga being too emotional, whatever, like that. That's what's wrong with niggas. Because niggas be doing weirdo shit.
Those are the niggas you got to cut off.
Yeah.
Because they gonna do some snake shit behind your back.
Them niggas be doing weirdo shit. You can't, they so caught up with bitches where they don't want to look lame. They want to look like, oh, my man's bugging. What's up?
Now I feel you.
They don't want to look like the bad guy.
They don't want to look like the bad guy.
Now tell me if I'm bugging in this situation, right? Rich, a mutual follower of ours, right?
Wait.
I won't say names, but a mutual followers of ours. I remember I met this shorty through my boy, and they were dating. Obviously, he introduced them when they pulled up to the crib. I'm like, this is my shorty. I was like, oh, what's up? And then, you know, she followed me on socials. I followed back, blah, blah, blah. So I thought everything was cool, right? And then I found out that they broke up via shorty posting her new nigga on IG. So like I thought they were good. Oh, see, this nigga already knows. I thought they were good, but this entire time I didn't know that they ended their relationship until I was scrolling on my feed one day and she posted a pic with her new nigga. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy. But I'm all over here like I met you through my boy when y'all were dating, but you actually cool people. But now I'm all over here like, am I supposed to unfollow you now just because you
You're not
broke
supposed
up
to
with my
unfollow
boy,
her, but you better not be atting her.
Oh no,
you better not be having no
never,
conversations.
never, never. But I'm just
You don't
like,
have
am
to
I supposed to
unfollow-
have beef with you now?
You're not supposed to have beef, but you know the line's been drawn.
Essentially, like
The line's been drawn. Yo, I'm. You know what type of friend I am, right? One of my mans went out with this chick, and I met him. I met the girl through him, right? I'm not saying me and her ever had a relationship. I just know her through dating my man. They broke up. She's with her new nigga and all that, this and that, and third. And I'm a wild friend that you gotta keep in check sometimes. Like, yo, D, you out of
Nah, I
pocket.
feel
like,
that. I feel that.
So
Maybe I got so many tweets.
she had a Twitter, right? And she kept showing her new man. Like she kept like, thinking of her new man, this and that, and the third.
Re-upping is hilarious, by the way.
And I don't know what I did. I don't know if I stole the picture and put it up on my page, but I definitely took the picture and said some wild shit about old girl. Not disrespectfully, but I definitely said something like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you did my girl dirty. Like, you did my man dirty. Not my girl. You did my man dirty. Whoop-de-whoop.
On your socials?
On my socials.
That's kind of crazy.
My man hit me up. My man hit me up like, yo, D, take that down. But, one thing, even though he told me to take it down, he respected it.
Because you riding for me, nigga.
He might not agree on how I went about it, but he knows my personality. And he told me to take it down, and I took it down. But he respected it because at the end of the day, it's fuck her. You know that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we giving it up. Like, that's what it is. She knows if she sees me, she can't even say hi. See, that's when you know the energy's different.
Yup.
When you date a girl and she knows she can't even say hi to your partners. A lot of girls out here giving your partners hugs after you've been together for 6 years, 7 years, and then she done fucked the whole hood, and your mans and them's hugging her. Like, how you doing? Still calling her sis. Some bitches already know, nigga, where the line is drawn with me. They can't even look my way. They can't look my way.
So you're a loyal friend. Okay.
You have to be.
I feel you. I feel you.
The only way,
Say what you want.
the only way
it's like
the
how
only
you
hold
fuck
on,
up.
the
Speak your
only
mind.
way
What did she do?
I'll still give her a some respect.
Is it for a boy fucked up?
Nah,
Okay.
I don't care about that. If that's the mother of his child,
Okay.
and that's when I feel like, you know what, I'm gonna be respectful. I might say hi. I might, even offer a ride because that's the mother of his child. At the end
Yeah,
of the
she's in
day.
his life forever now.
You know what I'm saying?
facts.
So I'm gonna respect that. I'm gonna make sure, like, if I see her in a situation, that's my man's BM. I'm always gonna make sure my man BM is straight, even if they feuding. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his baby mother at the end of the day. But other than that, if it's a girlfriend or something like that, fuck that bitch.
So you snitching if you see your man's girl in the club with somebody else?
100%, nigga. I'm taking a picture, zooming in and everything. FaceTiming that nigga on the spot. Yo, is that shorty?
You know how I give it up.
Shit.
She gonna know I'm
You
snitching.
know how I give
She
it
know.
up.
I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna walk to her section and let her know I'm telling on her. I don't even need a
You're
picture.
a part of the crowd.
Nah, I see
I don't
that
even
shit
need
in
a
the
picture.
movie.
See, I don't have to be sneaky
telling
about it because I'm walking up to her and I'm letting her know. I'm telling this
I
nigga.
see you and I'm telling you.
I'm
nigga,
telling
bro.
on you.
That's real. That's real. You
I
gotta
don't even
respect
need
that.
evidence, bro.
You feel me?
Yo.
Cause at least he's
Once
letting
she's-
you know, and you got time to come up with a story.
listen.
You feel me?
Once
With
she
a story.
sees me,
Shorty.
once Shorty sees me, she already know what type of time I'm on. This bitch ass nigga gonna tell on me.
At least you know
She know where I
exactly where it
stand.
come from.
And I'm gonna look at her. I'm gonna look at her.
Fucked up.
Bitch, you know I'm telling on you. That's it.
That's real.
Monty, you making faces right now. You got a
Because
lot
I love
to
how
say.
we're all like laughing and stuff, but like if females do it, like, oh, your females are wrecked, like why
What do
you
you
tell
mean?
your females?
What do you mean? Y'all
What do you
do
mean?
that.
Elaborate. Do what?
If y'all were to
Oh,
see a
well,
homegirl,
women, that's what they do.
If y'all were to see a homegirl's dude in the second with another shorty, you would tell them too.
No, yeah, but it's not like with you guys are laughing about it, like, yeah, that's real. But then if a female does it or if her friends does it, then like they're starting shit or they're making
Not
shit
at
that
all.
it's not.
Well, I would never be in that situation, so I can laugh all that.
I mean, niggas just don't like getting caught up. Is all it is.
Yeah,
Niggas just don't like getting caught up.
Game.
Yeah.
That's just niggas running game and niggas saying like your girls are starting shit, whatever like that. Niggas gonna say whatever they want
Just to get out
but at the end of the day,
And if they're a dirty macker, they really gonna say whatever.
Yeah.
To get
at the end of the day,
you feel me?
nigga, if you see your homegirls in the club and you in the club out of pocket, you already know it. You're fucked. So you gotta already get your game face right. This bitch is a hater.
Yeah.
Just say,
You know she don't want us together, babe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo,
That's
she been
just
trying
game.
to break us up for that. For
That's just
grip.
game.
What you mean?
But don't you feel like some of that's like like you involving yourself just a little bit in the relationship?
What?
yeah,
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
I mean,
I'm keeping it a buck with
like,
you.
that
If
could
I
be like,
see
oh,
you
like-
in the
How would
club
you
with
feel?
another dude, I'm gonna keep it a complete buck with you. Depending on how close I am with said dude, I might look the
Yeah,
other way.
that's
You
absolutely-
feel me?
No, I'm talking
Depending
about
on how close I
Okay.
am with you.
Depending
I
how
might be
close
like,
we are,
damn, and
first
just
it
keep
depends on how close we are, and it depends on how many times has it happened. So
Oh,
a lot
shit.
of niggas.
If I see you more than once, that's
no,
a
no,
problem.
Yo,
no.
what?
It's not, what I mean is this:
That's a problem.
some niggas are super tender, so I might tell them once about it, and they still with old girl.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not speaking after that. Once I give you the drop, and you still with old girl, I already know. Like, there's
You
nothing I
deny
can
it.
tell this. Now I'm gonna look like a hater
Okay.
if I keep coming and sharing information.
Okay.
I love that you say that.
And then you don't want to be that guy who's sharing information multiple times. That bitch keeps seeing like, yeah,
Yep.
nigga, that nigga still eating my what? You
I
know what I'm
feel
saying?
that, I feel
She's
that.
looking at you like, nigga, what? Nigga, I'm still with this nigga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you say you can see me and he gonna still
So
come
it
back.
depends
I
on
feel
the.
that.
It definitely depends on the nigga.
Okay.
And I'll give a nigga one chance only. So I'm only gonna go there with valid information. You know what I'm saying? Where I see her really out of pocket, not something that's like
put a
gray
whole case
area.
together.
Yeah. I'm giving you something like, yo, this bitch right here, no good.
Got the timestamp.
This
And
how I
if,
think.
and if he decides to stay with her, I don't care if I see her fucking in the park. I'm not saying shit.
Because you already told her
you-
once, and that was his one
There's
chance.
nothing I
to
You
can
do
made
do
your
right.
bed. You know
I
what
feel
she
you.
about. You know what she's about. You chose to not believe it. So hey, deal
It
with the
is what it is. I don't get
consequences.
involved after that. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, if any of my boys were to tell me anything about my female doing some delinquent shit, I'm gonna start using that word a lot more.
You should.
Yeah. If
And I
off
believe it
off
too.
Like, yo, I'm believing it because
believe in it.
my niggas would never come
Absolutely.
to me for no reason about
Believe
that
it.
shit.
I don't care. I don't give a
Do you
fuck.
do you really think niggas is
believe
just
it.
down to sabotage
Don't
their
say
boys like that?
don't say every nigga is like that. There's some
I'm
niggas
saying
that be
my
plotting
niggas.
after your females.
It don't matter. I say if it's a
Okay.
guy that I
feel
trust.
like
If
one
I'm
of my
wrong,
niggas
I'm
was
wrong.
plotting,
Yeah.
If
I
I'm
would
wrong,
know that from a mile away.
if
one
I'm
of my niggas were
wrong,
plotting,
if
bro.
I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, my man tell me something about you, you're out of here, bro.
Because he got no reason to do that.
Unless,
That's not
hold on, I'm
approach.
not gonna say you're out of here because I done had niggas telling me shit and the bitch was still standing. It just was the lack of evidence where
Yeah.
wasn't too, you know what I'm saying?
so
it
you
was
need all the
substantial.
details.
Are you sure you?
It
saw-
might be
are you
like
sure
it might be
is what
like,
it
oh, I seen a wit dog, but it wasn't like dog smashed.
Mm-hmm.
You
They
know
were
what I'm
just
saying?
Together.
They was just together, even
Okay.
still out of pocket. But now I'm to the point in my life, I better not hear nothing. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if dog's your dentist, teacher. I don't want to hear shit, bro. Once I hear something,
What
It's
is
a wrap.
dogs? Who is dogs though in this scenario?
Hands.
my man, my bro.
If you with any
Oh,
other
and I
nigga-
just didn't tell you. Or you talking about a
Oh, you talking
particular
about-
person
if you with a
that
dude-
you have drums with, but like I don't know.
So if
just
you
like,
out with a nigga,
I don't
if-
care. I don't care who the guy is. I don't care who. Let's say the guy is an ex, is unknown. I don't care who he is.
right?
But if my dog tells me, yo, I seen your chick with such and such, so much PTSD, I don't care if it's your cousin.
It's the fact that your dog seen it.
Honestly,
keep it
nah.
a buck. If
I'll say
he
this.
didn't see it and didn't
Oh,
report,
God,
and the
that
same
just
thing
sounds
happened,
Nah,
everything would have been
crazy.
cool.
I'll make it.
Is
I'll
that
make
not
it.
true,
No, I'll
though?
make it
What does
simplistic
that
though.
mean?
Nah,
Especially if she didn't tell me about
it
it.
makes
Okay,
more
if,
sense.
if I
though.
didn't tell you,
Yeah, that's the thing.
okay,
She didn't
fact
tell
that
me
she
what
that
was
makes
linking
more
it.
sense.
Yeah,
But
it's
if
the
it's just
fact that she
randomly,
got
I
caught.
told you I'm with somebody, and then your man say, "Oh, I saw your girl with somebody," like,
Nah, but if you tell me you
If
going
you
out with
tell
your
me-
girls and I see you up, and then I get a report
okay,
back from my
all
nigga
right,
like,
all
yo,
right.
she's with
okay, because
him?
y'all just made it seem like that was
What
a
the
general
fuck is going
suggestion.
on?
Now,
Like,
if you
yo.
tell me one story and
And
I
don't-
hear another story,
And don't tell me you
Okay,
with your
okay.
girls.
Thank
You with your
you.
girls, but there's one nigga there.
And
You
I
know,
didn't
the
tell
nigga
you.
that's
Tell me
paying for
about that,
everything.
yeah.
The nigga that you really talking to, but you really with your girls, but is that one nigga there? You know, they never gonna bring up that one nigga.
they'll say they're with their girls.
They're
but
with
they
their
won't mention
girls.
if there's a nigga there.
And they won't mention there's a nigga there. Supposedly, you know, Their sis talks to him. You know
You
that
never
nigga?
know.
That mystery nigga?
No, you never
He's
know.
just a friend.
Nigga, I want to hear about everybody who's there.
I can't. I gotta stay out of that because I've been just a friend. For a lot of
Exactly. Like, no,
situations,
there's
bro.
some
But
niggas who's
if
If
you're
you're
just a
just
friend,
a friend, she should
gotta
have no
bring you
issue
up.
telling me about it.
Yo, I'm
Okay,
here with
okay,
I
such
should
and
have known
such.
about you.
Niggas are insecure.
That too.
Niggas are sensitive.
That too.
I could be just
I
a
don't want
friend,
my
am
bitch
sensitive.
being
and niggas
friendly
just
with
see me and
No,
I'm like,
no,
I don't
I
like
feel
that
him.
nigga.
I feel him. I'm
Nigga,
sensitive
I could
too.
be too
I'm
funny.
sensitive.
And then like, yo, don't hang out with that.
I
nigga
don't want
anymore.
my girl having guy friends. For what? Fuck you need guy friends
Are
for?
you
Nigga, you're insecure.
serious?
Nigga, you're
I am
insecure.
insecure. I
You're
just said that.
insecure.
I am
Simple as that, bro.
Listen,
Unless you
I'm-
had that friend before me, why are you with this? Why are you chilling with this?
Oh,
guy?
You
okay,
insecure.
okay,
That's
okay,
all that
okay,
I
okay.
Listen,
What?
listen. I'm
Yes,
not
you're
saying. Hold on.
insecure.
I'm
You
not
okay?
saying that I'm
If
not
your shorty
insecure.
can't ha- no,
So you can have
him.
girlfriends,
I'm saying,
but she can't
if
have
your
guy
shorty
friends?
can't have
If
friends,
they
be
weren't
friends
there
with a
before
dude
me,
without
there's
you
no reason-
worrying that
What?
she's dipping in the dude, then yes, you're insecure.
If the nigga wasn't there before me, then he shouldn't be here. Like why? Why are you talking?
What do
to
you
this
mean
nigga?
if it's a new guy that just came up in our life and that's just like,
friends.
yeah,
You're basically
what the
telling your
hell?
shorty she can't have friends. That's basically
Well,
No,
What
no,
my
it's
man-
not her, but it's the guy. I'm telling
what my
y'all,
man's
but
trying to say is this,
Yo.
right? If
That's
no
you did-
heterosexual male
Hold
is
on.
just befriending a single female just to be friends.
what
I'm
my
telling you
man's
that
trying
right
to
now.
say is
Some
if
niggas do. What do you mean? So you about to say every male friend or most male friends that I've
most
got in
of
the
my
past
friends
couple
are female. What are you
Right,
talking
what are you
about?
saying?
What are you talking about?
I said what I said.
But this is what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that, listen, if this nigga wasn't your
got a
friend
lot of-
prior to me, then why do you need a male friend for?
Yes.
Bitch, I'm here. That's what he's
Yes.
trying to say.
Yo,
I
my
could
response
I get
to
that.
Hold on, that's-
I
hold on,
get
hold on.
that.
That's what
fine.
he's trying
It's
to
not
say.
my fault that
That's
you're
fine, but
intimidated
that-
by me. That's
exact-
my response, bro.
Oh, listen.
It's not
That's not my
intimidation.
fault.
It's
No,
not
no, I'm not even
intimidation,
talking about that.
but it's
Hold
just like it just doesn't make sense to me.
What do
Why are
you
you befriending another
mean?
man when it doesn't make what do you need that nigga for?
That's all he's trying to say. And listen,
Like, what
do you
you
need
don't
him
have
for?
to. You don't have to
Why do
agree
you
with
need
it.
anybody to
Hold on,
be a
hold on.
friend?
Right.
You can say that for anybody, bro.
That's
You don't
not-
have to agree
no.
with it, but you gotta respect it.
I respect
And
it.
the
I
reason why,
understand
and
it,
the
but
reason
just,
why you
like,
respect
come
it, and the
on,
reason why you gotta respect it is
open your
because
eyes a
I'm
little
coming
bit.
into the situation like, listen, baby. This is a nigga who was singing Drake lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So his mindset is different. Listen.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Whatever friends you had before is cool. Don't come up here bringing up new niggas. Talking about this is my boy. Nah, we ain't doing that.
So tell
And
me
you
this,
gotta
right?
we
Yeah.
gotta respect it. Don't have to
Wait a
agree with it, but that's where he stands, and that's what he stands on.
I do have a question
I
though.
don't like new friends
Okay,
either.
yeah.
So
go-
hold on. What if they were in a relationship? Would that help the matter?
Why are you whoa? Why are you friends with your ex? That nigga was piping
No,
you down. That's
I didn't
definitely
say
not
no.
going on.
I'm saying the person that they're. If I'm friends with him, he got a whole girl. Like he has his own girlfriend. Does that matter?
Why are you befriending a man that wasn't here before me?
Why be friends with anyone?
And first of all,
'Cause
how
y'all
would
are friends?
in that situation? How would the girlfriend feel? I know the girlfriend's gonna feel the same way I feel.
Wait, feel about what?
Because she said, what if she befriended a man with a girlfriend?
If she befriended a man with a girlfriend?
Yeah, would I be okay with that? No, it's
I was
the
here
same
first,
situation.
sorry.
I was here
If she
first.
befriended a man with a girlfriend, if the dude got a girlfriend, what is there to worry about? He's not coming after you. So that's if anything, if
It's
the
not-
if,
it's not me
anything,
being
if the
worried.
dude got a girlfriend, that's how you know he's not trying to come on you.
It
So
has-
y'all can be just friends.
It has nothing to do with being worried. It has everything to do with the respect, and it just doesn't make sense to me.
The fact that
What
you
it-
feel like you're disrespected makes
Yes.
you feel like you're either worried, insecure, intimidated by dude, or you just
Let me
feel
tell you
like
this, let
your
me-
shorty's not going to
Hold
remain
on,
loyal
just-
to
this is
you.
why-
That's what it sounds
hold
like
on.
to me.
It just
This-
doesn't make
hold on,
Because
sense.
if I know one, shorty's not gonna do anything, I'm not pressed. If I know two, niggas not a threat to me, I'm not pressed.
Okay.
And if I know three,
I can
nigga can't take my shorty.
Hold on,
Nigga,
let me say
I'm
this
not
real quick.
Get your
pressed,
shit off.
bro.
Get your shit
I'll
off.
say
I'm
this
not
though,
pressed.
my shorty can be 100% real. I know she's not gonna fold, but I don't know this nigga. I don't know his intentions. I
Okay.
don't know what he's about. I've never met this
And
nigga
this is-
before, so it doesn't make sense to me.
Let me say this, right?
Even after meeting him though.
He runs a tight.
him.
You could say he runs a tight ship. That's how he runs his
No,
ship.
yeah.
If that's how he runs his ship, you just gotta respect it. But then again, talk about you, bro. At the end of the day, the nigga that you're not threatened by is the nigga that's fucking your bitch.
Yes.
Real rap.
I hear you. Because he's
getting
doing
caught.
he's
So-
doing
so-
shit
so-
behind closed
don't-
doors.
about
So
it.
so
Okay.
at the end of the
I
day,
see
at the
that
end of the day, you can never be too comfortable when it comes to niggas. Because at
Yes.
the end of the day, when a female is vulnerable, it be the fucking mailman.
Yeah.
It don't like it be the least nigga that you worried about.
Be the one nigga that gives her attention when she needs it the most.
So you can be like, oh man, I got more money than this nigga. Oh, this nigga ain't got shit. I got this going on and that going on. And you know what that nigga got that you don't have? You got everything more than him, but he has time. And every time his girl's in need and is vulnerable, you're not available. He is.
He's there.
That is enough. And that beats you every time.
That's actually crazy. Wow.
That beats you every time. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you can be all nonchalant and act like, yo, nigga, I'm good, nigga. Not in this game.
Nah.
You better be on point.
So
listen, your chick texts you, better text back. Cause that nigga ain't missing.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Stay on your toes.
You gotta stay on your toes, and I had to learn that the hard way because at the end of the day, sometimes you get caught up in doing so much shit and thinking like, okay, I'm taking care of home, and that's enough. That's not enough.
My thing is, I've thought that way before, where I was untouchable, where I hold it down. Shorty ain't gonna fold, shit like that. And I've been done dirty.
It don't matter, nigga. Your dick could be made out of gold.
Yeah, so you never know what the fuck is gonna happen when a woman is vulnerable, bro.
It doesn't matter. You can make her come 1,000,000 times. You can give her 3. You can be an Olympic fucker. It does not matter. It does not matter, bro.
Nah, I gotta.
You can walk around like you got the biggest dick in the room. That shit does not matter. Your confidence is gonna be killed when you find out who she really fucking with.
That'd be the craziest, bro.
Like this
when you
nigga?
see the nigga she actually
This
did
nigga?
you dirty with, bro. Like, damn, this is a nigga
game.
I thought
but,
I was.
But at the end of the day, you gotta understand.
Nigga, that's crazy.
At the end of the day, with women, sometimes all that shit really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, it matters, but at the end of the day is when females are vulnerable, when they really need you to show up, where money can't solve that and stuff like that. They just need you, your time. That's when you really got to show up. Because if you're not showing up for that, but you're showing up for everything else doesn't matter.
See, and this is why, we say that. What's it called? When everyone tries to figure out why each gender cheats, and like that's why what he just said was pretty much women cheat with emotions. That's exactly what I heard from him. You feel me?
That's
when
what
it's like
is.
Dudes versus women cheating, I was like, nah, he cheats because that's why it hurts more. You feel me? Because that shit was actually with emotion.
Yeah.
You feel
and
me?
it'd be fucked up. It'd be fucked up for niggas because you sitting back reflecting and you're like, yo, I done this, I done did this, I done did that, and it's not even about that. It's the little thing that you didn't do. That the reason why she did what she did.
It's just crazy that little thing was enough to send her.
But that
on
little
edge,
thing is
bro.
little to us.
But it's big for us.
You know what I'm saying?
I said this already.
No, you did.
No, you
You know what I'm
did.
saying? And you gotta understand, like I'm like you. Like most of my friends is
got the
females.
wisdom.
Because most of my friends is females. I'm real close with females.
Good
I was
job.
tight with my mom Dukes.
Good job.
So like,
Yeah, I feel that.
and I know that about females. You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that through experiences too. Because I was a nigga who was showing up for other things, but for her, what mattered to her, what I think really didn't matter, time and just a text, just a whoop-de-whoop. Like, man, fuck that. Bitch, I'm out here running around getting to this bread. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That other nigga, he ain't paying no bills. He ain't take on one trip. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, when
just
she
there.
needs him, he's there. When she wants to talk, he's there. You can't beat that.
Nah, you weak. I don't give a damn. If that's all it took for Shorty to flip, I don't give.
But
a
you gotta understand. You gotta understand women. You gotta understand women sometimes. But you gotta understand women though.
That's all it took to tip the scale, fam. I'm like,
Sometimes
damn.
that's all it takes.
Again, it's not. Yeah, you looking at it that way. I'm gonna look at it this way. If
I
I
deal
told,
with a lot of
especially
headaches, bro, and I don't tip. So all I'm saying,
Devin.
fam,
Go
I
ahead,
deal with a
hold on.
lot.
Let's hear the
I'm
female
not saying
perspective.
that.
Devin.
Let's hear the female perspective.
Nah,
Let's
but
hear the female perspective.
especially if it's told from time that's what I need, and you still downplay it, you still making it.
That's different. If they addressed it once, then yes, you should have been acted on.
But
you feel
certain
me?
things that should come custom too.
Oh yeah,
I
for
feel
sure,
like
for sure.
So if niggas aren't doing that from jump, it's kind of like
Oh yeah, you shouldn't be with a nigga.
But I do agree, it's still a weak move.
Shouldn't be with it.
It's still a weak move because you gave up the pussy. It's still a weak move, but at the end of the day, you gotta understand how females are moving.
I hear you.
On why they did what they did.
I hear you.
It's definitely weak anytime a shorty cheats on you. So
anytime
weak,
anyone cheats,
so,
it's weak.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
That's a
because
fact.
I had a question. You said that with men, right? Usually it's a. I didn't mean to point at you. I'm sorry. It's a. It's kind of like a term of like opportunity. Like if he can do it, then he will do it. But then can't you use that in what you just said?
With women?
What you mean? Oh, as far as men being weak?
Yes.
Yeah, men are being weak when they just give it up. And honestly, I feel like this, right? I'm a dude, and the older I get, I'm learning more to be conscious, and you know my motto because you up to date with me. I don't want to share pussy with niggas.
Yo, dial me up.
Stay loyal.
I'm on that type of time.
And that's good because you catching that at a young age.
Always.
And at the end of the day, a man, right? Let me tell you, a ill part about a nigga, how I feel, is turning down pussy. You know what I'm saying?
That's the ill part of a dude.
Yes.
Ill part, because you not. Listen, when you know
I
you
hear
can
you.
fuck some things, it's you a ill nigga when you be like, nah, I ain't gonna hit that. Nah, you gotta be selective. You gotta, as a man, you should be selective, and I feel like that is the ill part about a nigga, cause that's be a nigga's weakness. If you can conquer pussy, bro, if you can really be disciplined enough, like you're disciplined, cause if you have female friends, you gotta be disciplined. You know, especially attractive female friends. Don't mean I haven't, knocked them down. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you gotta be disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
I'm hip.
And you gotta understand that it gotta be bigger than just pussy, cause pussy is just a instant gratification. You know what I'm saying?
See, now what he said about being disciplined, I feel like that's why men have such a higher respect with women that have lower body counts. Because it's that whole discipline shit. Knowing that you can fuck anybody that you want out here.
I think it's more
But the fact that
respectable
you
with
don't.
men though, because
have
men,
lower body counts?
because
Or
yes,
just in general?
yes, because at the
Keep
end
it
of the
about.
day,
Keep it about. Is it, as men, are y'all sharing your body counts?
To be
As
honest,
men.
it's
Do you
not
even
even
know
as
your
men.
body count, bro?
Nah, my
To be
shit's
honest,
out
I
of
stopped
pocket.
counting.
My shit's out of pocket.
I stopped counting. To
My
be
shit's
honest.
out of pocket.
But like, this is how I think about it. Like body counts at this age, I'm too
No, I
old to
feel
be
you.
talking about that shit. Like I'm
I
a
hear
grown
you.
ass man. It's not body counts.
But
Have
then
you been
expecting
tested?
it from the other side, though.
I'm not fucking with any girls.
So you don't
Ask me
give a
about
fuck
no, I'm not
About
gonna
Shorty's
ask,
body count.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Bro, I'm 24.
Nah, I feel you.
What do I give a fuck about your body count? I'm not in college
See,
anymore.
see,
Now,
now,
let me ask that
see,
same question.
he's
Do
still
you
young.
care
I'm
about
asking.
body counts when a good majority of them are your niggas?
No. You see, I would
Say that
you're
again?
Wait. No.
Yes, he
You're
does,
telling me
bro.
I'd fuck with a shorty I didn't know my niggas already put? That's insane. I would never do
Okay,
that.
we're not talking about you
But
because
I'm
you
just
said
saying,
this on the
niggas share
podcast already.
everything.
Relax.
My fault. Yeah, I was about to
Nah,
say,
but like
I
you
don't
know when the
why
niggas,
think
you
share
know when your
everything.
niggas fuck the shorty.
No,
But
you
all I'm-
don't.
I'm saying, hold on.
I would just
even
know.
if you don't know,
Sometimes.
even if you don't know, but when you do know, it changes everything.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
100%.
I don't give a fuck.
It's
You with the
crazy
bitch for
that it
5
does.
years.
It's crazy that
You
it
find out that your man hit.
I'm out. I'm not doing that.
I'm not saying that a nigga might be out, but it's different.
I feel you.
The
No, I know.
relationship
I know
is
it's
different
men.
if
I'm
you
out.
decide to
I
stay.
know.
Matter of fact, you might not even be able to be friends with dog. Because
I'm
it gets that crazy.
I'm hip. I'm hip. I know all that.
But
I
he's
feel you.
24 and he's talking about being selective, which is good. Because at the end of the day, a lot of niggas are not selective, bro. A lot of niggas just be hitting anything that comes to them. You know what I'm saying? So if you got dick control, nigga,
bless.
you that nigga, bro.
All right, word. All right, with that being said, all right, let's get to our reality checks, yo. We had some good rec. We got some good conversations this episode. Let's get into our reality checks, so let's wrap it up. Rich, go ahead, start us off.
All right, reality check. It's been a crazy episode. What do I want to talk about real quick?
Go off.
All right, bet. So let's talk about prioritization. No bullshit. So what are you prioritizing in your life? Are you prioritizing your time? Are you prioritizing yourself? Are you prioritizing your family? I'd say you need to prioritize yourself. Me personally, I haven't really been doing that over the last week. You know, I've been stressing myself out, been overworking myself really, haven't been, hitting the gym as consistently as I should, and I'm actually, feeling in the funk. Haven't been showing it today because, Dmal came over here, brought the energy today. But
Switch the vibe up a little
I'm just
bit.
saying, yo, people, please prioritize yourself. If you're feeling down, Take a day to yourself. Don't go to work. It's okay. Take those sick days. Take a vacation. Do something to make your mental health feel good, because that's all we have. Once your mental health starts failing, you're going to start failing. And I genuinely mean that. And I've been taking my mental health seriously a lot more simply because of Devin and the way he talks about it. So I'm just saying, yo, prioritize yourself, prioritize your mental health, and get on that shit.
Right.
Real shit.
That was nice.
Oh, that's real.
Nah, real shit.
Nah, that's real. I appreciate that.
Okay, yes, me. We talked a lot about this episode, but I basically want to remind everybody to know your boundaries. Mostly because if you don't know your boundaries, you allow others to control them for you. So I think, we always talk about, not prioritizing, making sure you're spending time for self-care and all that, but I also want people to know what their boundaries is, because you're just allowing yourself to be safe and secure, and you're in control at the end of the day, and you're not, again, allowing others to control things for you. So that's my reality check.
Word. Okay. Dmal, how about you, homie?
My reality check, I actually go give a reality check, but it's gonna be a BNF reality check. It's gonna be different.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Let me hear this.
So my reality check, honestly, is to my kings out there, my niggas out there. Listen, and this is gonna sound crazy, but violate your John. When I mean violate your girl, this is what I mean. Listen, consensually violate your John. This is what I mean. Cause the next nigga
Let me hear this shit.
is going to super violate. I mean, he's going to fuck her with his big toe in her ass and her face in the toilet. So hold on. So you got to make sure that's your queen. I understand that you might not want to do certain things because you see her as your queen.
You talking
but
about kill shit.
scratch that shit out the playbook, bro. Cause the next nigga is gonna violate your girl.
So put her on to shit.
Nigga,
Okay,
spit in your girl's face, smack her. Nigga, get crazy, nigga.
Dot me up on this reality check.
Yo, you gotta get crazy. You have to. I know, like, cause I used to be that guy. Like, I don't want to nut on her face. This is my queen. I don't want to nut on her
that's
face.
my
I don't
queen.
want to
Look
do
at
this.
her.
I don't want to do that.
Nah,
I
do
see
it,
her as
bro.
my baby mother, my wife. No, fuck all that. Violate that John, cause you know why? The next nigga can't wait to violate her, bro. As long as it's consensual, violate.
Bro, I'm violating my next
love
shorty.
That's my
I'm
reality.
violating my next. Yo, if you watching this, I'm coming. I'm gonna see you Sunday. I'm
Violate.
gonna see you
son.
Sunday.
That's the Lord's Day.
I'm
Come on.
sending her this
consent, though.
link. I'm
With
sending her
consent.
this clip.
With consent.
I'm
With
sending
consent.
her
With
this
consent.
clip.
I'm sending her
I
this
have
clip.
to stress that with consent. I have to stress that with
yo.
consent, guys.
Nah, I feel you.
But violate, because the
Facts.
next nigga can't win.
Can't violate it on
Facts.
Sunday.
Fact. That's a fact. Damn, I don't even know how to follow that up. Shit.
That was a great
Fuck.
reality check. I need to hear that. I need to hear that. Put the
Yo.
dog back in me.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm in the pen right now. You feel me? I haven't been let out in a little bit. Damn. Okay, so my reality check. Shit. Okay. Fuck. My reality check is just, hey yo, if you haven't learned anything from this episode, understand this: be true to yourself. You feel me? We're 4 very seasoned podcasters in this game, and the rec and everything that you heard today is only because we're true to ourselves. We know who we are and we stand on it. You feel me? So stand 10 toes down on who you are. Don't let anybody switch that up. Don't let anybody swerve you in another direction that you weren't already headed in. Keep your head up. Keep your eyes straight. And keep going towards the direction that you want to head towards. You feel me? And nobody's going to be able to touch you. Trust me. I feel like I've lost many connections and relationships with people that I've known in the past, but that's only because I never strived off from my journey to head on to their journey. You feel me? I'm still on mine and I'm still going all the way up. So if they weren't able to join with me on the ride, that's just because niggas weren't on the same type of time that I was on. And that's perfectly fine. You feel me? So never switch up for anybody and keep going and you'll be straight. You feel me? That's my reality check. It's lit. And that is the end of our episode. You feel me, Dmal? I want to say thank you for pulling up. You
Absolutely.
Feel me?
I had
Thank
a great
you for pulling
time.
up to the studio. It's
Thank you
lit.
again.
It's crazy because I told everybody before the episode that you were going to relate to Rich the most.
Yep.
And I'm happy when we actually went through the whole thing. I just saw the connection happen instantly.
Yeah,
I'm
of
saying
course,
like,
of
see,
course.
these niggas always gonna be like
Made me
that.
happy. I ain't gonna lie.
You should have been following me sooner, but
Bro,
you
I
know,
He's about to
hip.
violate.
I wasn't
shorty.
hip till this week.
Yo,
Yeah.
you gave him enough ammo. He's about to straight. He's already been
Yeah.
violating, but he's
Nigga.
about to be violating.
Bro,
off the
I
strength.
just started
As
talking
he
to
should.
this new shorty, bro.
violate. And you know what's crazy is because
God. Bless your heart.
because I used to be a young nigga who, when my man would tell me to violate, I wouldn't violate because I seen old girl in a different light. But
And you
as
were a
long as
nice guy.
and as long as it's consensual, it's
long
not,
as you-
it's not out of pocket.
As long as you got a towel ready for cleanup, bro, it don't matter.
That's my guy.
Don't matter.
I
bro.
brought a different
Get
piece.
it, yo.
But I really, no.
I'm gonna let y'all know on
Yeah,
next
yeah.
Tuesday how that shit went.
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna bring the temperature down. I appreciate y'all.
Facts.
I appreciate y'all for inviting me on the show. You know that. You hit me up and I said I'm gonna come through. I appreciate what you do. I like what you do. And my whole thing to y'all is keep doing what y'all doing. You know, and y'all know y'all audience, so keep feeding them, you know, whatever y'all got going on, and you know your audience, keep feeding into that. You know what I'm saying? Keep them happy, because they was the people who was with you at the start, the people that really matter. So don't get caught up trying to gain new, you know, followers and new audience. Nah, you got your group. Just keep feeding them, because they tuning in and they fuck with y'all. So keep doing what y'all doing. And I had to come through. You tell me to come through, I'm coming through.
I
You know what
appreciate
I'm
it.
saying?
Respect.
I'm glad that you came through.
Big
Shit. It was
facts.
a
Cool.
great
Big
fucking
Real nigga
episode.
shit.
Made
You
me
know
happy.
that.
Great.
All right,
You know
tell the
that.
people where they can find you again.
It's BNF Podcast. It's your nigga Woody Dmal. I got Puff and Cream out. Check it out. Puff and Cream .shop. You can get that online. You know, we got merch, hoodies, t-shirts, hats, all that. BNF Podcast. Follow me on IG. BNF Podcast. Twitter. Dmal1313.
Keep it a buck. Is the 13 because of James Harden?
I forgot James Harden wore 13, but you know that's my twin. That's my
No,
brother.
that is your twin.
That's your twin.
I'm just
Yeah,
happy
that
you
really
acknowledge
is your
that.
twin.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
twin. That's my twin.
James Harden.
That's my brother. That's my
Facts.
twin. Shout out to my nigga James Harden. My bro.
he
He's
out.
not Haitian though, but that's my nigga. But yeah, Dmal1313. Had to show my bro some love, so I had to put the 13 in there. But yeah, that's my Twitter joint, and you know the podcast. I'm only on YouTube. Get with me. Got several episodes on YouTube. Look that up, and you know.
Word, you feel me? And that's it. Make sure you catch him, like he said on his podcast, and Puff and Cream. Make sure you follow the whole journey. Actually, if you're peeping this for the first time, you haven't been familiar with his catalog, go ahead and look it up. You feel me? He got dope interviews with a lot of amazing artists coming out of Massachusetts, and not just artists, like he said, politicians as well, and just other people that are feeding into the culture. You feel me?
And let them know too. Like I usually don't come on just anybody's show.
Oh, talk that shit. Talk-
So I'm not. You just can't hit me up.
Nah,
you
that's
just can't hit me up, and I'm a nigga you gonna catch on everybody's show.
Go
You know what I'm
off.
saying? I only been on. This is my second show I ever been on. So I have my nigga CF Dub Radio, my nigga Chiz. I went on his John, and then now I'm on your
Urban
joint.
product, bro.
So
Simple as that.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. Being
Real
niggas are
recognize
constantly
real. That's
going
all
up.
I heard. That's all I heard.
You
Real
feel me?
recognize real.
And make sure you're following the show on our social medias. We're on Twitter and Instagram at The Urban Product. Catch us on YouTube. Make sure you're liking, sharing, and subscribing all the content that you've been getting this entire season. Make sure you're following us on the audio platforms and leaving a review if the platform takes reviews and ratings. You already know what it is. BNF Podcast, Urban Products, we going up. It's been your boy DME.
It's been your boy Cozy Rich.
It's been your girl Imani.
It's your nigga Woody here. You know the vibe.
And you've been listening to the Urban Products. We will go ahead and catch y'all in a couple of days, actually.
Love.
It's getting lit.